In today's brief video, I want to set out to answer the question, how do you convince someone to stop smoking, drinking, vaping, to stop doing drugs? How do you convince someone, this could be a family member, a friend, a husband, a wife, to stop doing drugs? That's what we're going to answer in today's video. Now, I'm going to save you a bunch of time and tell you the answer is you don't. You don't convince someone to stop using substances. But what you can do is move that person towards making that decision for themselves. And I say this not only as someone who struggled significantly with substance use for several years in my own life, but who has helped literally thousands of people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, substances that my programs focus on. To learn more, check out the pinned comment or the video description if you need resources and help. Okay. So there's typically two scenarios in this, all right? Scenario number one, and let's use a husband and wife example. Let's say the wife is quitting smoking weed and the husband continues to smoke weed. And the wife reaches out to me and says, how do I get my husband to quit smoking weed? My answer is very straightforward. The best thing that woman could do, the best thing that the wife could do is quit smoking weed and then show her husband that the grass is in fact greener on the other side of that coin. Okay, and what I mean by that is hopefully the wife quits smoking weed and she has a good experience in doing so. Physical health improves, mental health improves, finances improve, mood around the house improves, energy levels are up, better sleep, better interactions with the children. Just overall, objectively, the husband can see that the wife's quality of life has improved since quitting weed. Now, perhaps down the line, that will motivate her husband to choosing to quit weed in hopes of also improving his mental health, physical health, energy levels, sleep quality, finances, all that stuff. That's a big if though. And a lot of times where I see this get deterred is the wife will focus on quitting, and this could just as easily be the husband who's quitting as well too. We could flip-flop this scenario. But the wife will focus on quitting, and what happens is the person quitting will constantly complain. They'll be like, oh my God, I have so many cravings. Oh my God, I'm going through withdrawals. Oh my God, I can't handle the stress. Oh my God, I can't handle the anxiety. My depression is worse. I'm not sleeping because of the insomnia. And they'll just complain and complain and complain about these withdrawal symptoms, venting to their significant other about them who's still smoking and at the time has no interest in quitting, so presumably has minimal to no problem that they see with their cannabis consumption. And now all they're hearing is this world of problems from the person who's quitting the substances. And then the husband in this case becomes completely disinterested in quitting because it now confirmed all his fears about quitting. I'm going to get withdrawals. It's going to be too hard. And then eventually we see the wife relapse. And then the husband's just like, yeah, I knew it. I'm glad I didn't even try in the first place. As compared to the person who quits, the person who gets proper support understands that they're going to go through some withdrawals, but at the end of the day puts a really positive spin on things and hopefully truly does walk away with a benefit from quitting. That's how you best support a child, a family member, a significant other when it comes to quitting drugs, assuming you're using substances as well. Now, what if you are not consuming drugs and your husband is? Or what if you're not consuming drugs and you're a parent and your children are starting to vape or smoke or whatever? Okay? How do you help them stop? It's very, very similar to the person who was using drugs. How you portray or how your quality of life actually is perceived by your children, perceived by your family, perceived by your friend that's using drugs is going to matter. So if I'm sober and all I'm doing is talking about how anxious I am, how depressed I am, how miserable the news is, how miserable the world is, how many financial problems I have, how my physical health is, blah, blah, blah. Right? If I'm sober and I'm constantly anxious, constantly depressed, constantly complaining, and then I'm asking, talking about how much my job sucks, talking about how much the weather sucks, talking about all these things. And then I'm telling my kids, hey, quit drinking, quit smoking. I'm telling my husband, hey, quit drinking, quit smoking. I'm telling that friend that's addicted to drugs, hey, quit drinking, quit smoking. And all they're seeing is a miserable, depressed person all the time that's sober. They're going to be like, I don't want that. That just confirms all the more reason why they don't want to be sober. You're not showing them a better quality of life that exists. And oftentimes people use substances because they truly feel that that is the best opportunity at the highest possible quality of life for themselves, right? So when people look around and all they see is misery, especially if that misery is coming from their support network, you see this a lot of times in 12-step programs and group programs where you have people who have quit drugs who remain miserable, and then they tell others how miserable they are, but they're sober. Like, yeah, well, at least I'm sober. The person on drugs that doesn't want to stop is going to be like, well, I don't want that. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to act like you. I'm going to keep doing drugs. If that's what this is, forget it. So if you're not using drugs and you're trying to convince someone to quit, you have to show them that there is a quality of life without substance use. Okay? And that can come in the form of physical health, spiritual health, financial health. That can come in the form of happy, healthy relationships. I never understood that when family would tell me to stop smoking weed, yet family was angry and anxious all the time. Why would I stop? I don't want to be like that. And I'm under the impression that weed is helping me with my anger. I'm under the impression that weed is helping me with the anxiety. So if I stop, I'm going to be like you. That's not what I want. You have to see this from the other person's perspective, because the person using the substances, they're not stupid. They're making a rational choice. They're making a rational decision. And that a lot of that decision is based on their perception of the world around them and whether or not their quality of life is better or worse without substances. And you, as someone supporting them, how your life is viewed through their eyes plays a massive role in that. So you can't convince someone to quit. You can't tell someone to quit. You can't tell someone how to quit. All you can do is show them the other side of the coin, show them the other side of the grass, and hopefully they see that it's greener on the other side, and they begin to connect the dots one day that substance use might be what's preventing them from getting there. But if the grass on your side looks dead, if the other side of the coin looks dirty, they'll stay exactly where they are. So take a look at yourself first before trying to change someone else. That's my best advice. Good luck. If you need help, check out the pinned comment, the video description, or forget all that and buy him a bottle of our Kick It Crave Less chewing gum, a chewing gum designed to help people quit nicotine, quit smoking weed, reduce cravings when it comes to alcohol, nicotine, weed, any substances. It's a great product. I'm kidding. You still need to do all that stuff, but really, this would make for a nice gift for someone trying to quit. All right. Have a great day. Pinned comment.